the deity of Jesus. Now, by way of explanation of the text, we find that in verse number 13, the Jewish Passover was at hand. And during the Passover, Sister Caroline, Jews would travel from various places and different regions to come back to Jerusalem to celebrate. You had the Passover, you had Pentecost, and the Feast of Tabernacles. For these three particular reasons, Jewish men were required to come back to Jerusalem, the temple, and participate. So that's the reason why they're coming to the temple in Jerusalem. Then we find, and catch this, in verse 13, and the Jews' Passover was at hand, and Jesus went up to Jerusalem. Now, Brother Randy, you're going to always notice in the Gospels, whenever they're referring to going to Jerusalem, they're always going up. Amen. Somebody say amen. Amen. And if you take into consideration that Jerusalem, the place where the temple was located, was a type of the church, come on now, then you could never go down when you're going to church. Spiritually speaking, you're always going up when you go to church. It should have been more amen, so let me help you. Jesus put it like this: where two or three are gathered in my name. Now, I came in the name of Jesus. All right. Did anyone else come? Amen. Amen. That's why you can never go down to the church. Because Jesus makes the difference. That's right. Whenever we come in his name to the church. We find in verse 14, the Bible says, and found in the temple, Jesus found in the temple those that were selling oxen, sheep, doves, and changers of money. Because when they came for this particular reason, this particular feast, they were required to give a sacrifice. The sacrifices that were required had to be inspected by the priest. Come on now. If the priest said that the sacrifice was not worthy to be used, then the priest had some other animals that those who came could choose to use as a sacrifice. Now, where is Elizabeth? There you go. Elizabeth, could you imagine preparing a sheep for a sacrifice for over 12 months? Making sure this sheep is properly fed, making sure that the health of this sheep is in alignment to what God desires in our sacrifice. Doing your part, and then arriving to the day of sacrifice, and the priest look at the animal that you've taken care of and said, this is insufficient. It's not good enough. But then they say, well, I tell you what, we have some sheep, some oxen for sale over here. And what was going on, Deacon Willie, is that let's say a sheep costs, I'm thinking $15. Well, the priest set the price for the sheep that you were going to buy here at the temple. Now, y'all help me with the math. 15 times 2 is 30. Okay. 15 times 3 is 45. Okay, y'all doing good. 15 times 4 is 60. So then 60 from that 15, how much of a profit am I getting? 45. So the priest will sell the sheep at a $45 markup. Are you with me? Wow. That's one scheme going on at the temple. Another thing is that they had money changers, and we saw that. Money changers because during the feast, an offering had to be given, a temple offering. The temple offering could not be given using Roman or Greek money. It had to be exchanged for temple money.
That's right.
Now, help me here. If the normal charge to do the exchange from a Roman coin or a Greek coin to the temple accepted coin, let's say if it was $2. That's something. If you're a check person, you know $2 just exchange money, come on. But let's say 2 times 2 is what?
4.
2 times 3 is what?
6.
2 times 8 is what?
16.
8 times 16 is what?
A lot.
There you go.
That's it. You get the concept. Because the priests were even allowing the money changers to have this racketeering going on in the temple. Am I right about it?
Amen.
Could you imagine
Talk to him.
coming to church
Yeah.
and having to deal with the same type of concepts and schemes that were going on in the world?
Come on now.
And having to face that in the church.
Wow.
Yeah. My Lord. So you had how they were doing with the animal sacrifices. You see what they're doing with the money changers. You see that. Now in verse 15, catch this. And when he had, speaking of Jesus, made a scourge of small cords, he drove them all out of the temple, and the sheep and the oxen, and poured out the changers' money, and overthrew the tables. Now notice. Some of us may be familiar with this. I know it's very popular back in the 70s and 80s, but it appears as if Jesus made some switches.
Yeah. That's right.
Notice what he did not do. He did not call 911. He did not say, hey, let's discuss this. He did not put him in timeout. Just sharing.
Come on now.
And I believe Jesus is pro leave no child behind.
That's right.
But he dealt with all of the behinds. He make the cord. He drive out the animals. He takes the money from the money changers. He dumps that on the floor. Later on, we'll find out he tells those who have the doves, now you take those doves and get these things out of here. Notice when he deals with this, even though he has a scourge, we don't find Jesus being abusive to anyone. Now someone else say amen. Amen. We find that whatever property, they were able to go and get that back. If a sheep ran out, they were able to go and run down that sheep. Whatever oxen that he drove out, they were able to go back and collect that ox. The money that was dumped out, they were able to go and pick that up. It was not allowed to take place in the church. The doves, because he told them to take them out, they were still in their cage. They still had possession of that. Notice how Jesus addressed this unrighteousness in the temple.
Come on now.
Then he shares in verse 16, and he said unto them that sold doves, take these things hence. Then listen, make not my father house and house of merchandise. Based on their conduct. The father was not their father. Based on their comfort in their unrighteous conduct.
Come on now.
His father was not their father. Let me say this, I'm going on. You can always tell a tree by the fruit it bears.
Come on now.
It should have been more amen.
Amen.
So let me help you. And you heard me say this before, let your light so shine
Yeah.
before men that they see your good work, not your unrighteous work, your good work,
Come on now.
and glorify your Father
In him.
which is in heaven.
Yeah.
Verse 17, and his disciples remembered that it was written, the zeal of thine house had eaten me up. Verse 18, then answered Jews, saying unto him, what sign showest thou unto us, saying that thou doest these things? And what they were asking is, we see what you're doing on this day that we've come to worship. Let me say that again. We see what you're doing on this day that we have come to worship. What does this mean? What is the meaning of this? Could you put yourself in the shoes of those who were making a profit? Could you put yourself in the shoes of those who came to the temple that day to make a profit? What you doing? What does this mean? Could you put yourself in the shoes of those newly called disciples? My goodness, we have left everything and come to follow you. And you have come to church and you have done some things that we have never seen on this wise before.
Yeah. Yeah.
What does this mean? Jesus responds in verse 19, destroy this temple, and in 3 days I will rise it up. They're asking the meaning. This is Jesus' response. They don't get it. They don't understand. They begin to do a display of, look, it took 46 years to build this temple. And you are conveying to us that it's going to take you 3 days to build it up again. They did not have a clue. The sad part, when you think about that, is that how long had they been coming to church
Uh-oh.
and did not understand,
Uh-oh.
did not recognize, failed to embrace
Come on now.
the Messiah when he came? Now, I know Jesus, at this point, 30 plus years old, this could not have been his first time coming to church. Surely, Brother Jefferson, he had come before, but he had only come in a different capacity. On this Sunday, he showed up in the capacity of the Messiah. Isn't it sad that he was to come now and he would be out there knocking, and our hearts would not allow him to come in?
Wow.
If he showed up and we failed to recognize this is the voice of the Lord, if we failed to embrace the truth that's found in God's word, well, now, after the explanation of the text, I got 3 points, and I'll be out. The first thing, Brother Adrian, I see in this text is the authority to clean.